It's new math, yeah. What's a pirate minus the ship? Just a creative homeless guy and a...
This is a clock. It is usually used to tell time.
My dad found this clock at a garage sale. This is mathematical because you have to find the measure of the diameter of the clock to find the right measure of each. This is mathematical because you have to use math to find time and, you know, the elapsed time or the time it takes to do something.
Anteater plus a large hungry mutant ant, an ironic way to die.
This is a car. It's usually used for driving. And yeah, that's usually what it's used for. If it's used for anything else, then it's weird. My dad got this car at a car dealership. Actually, it was my mom. For my dad. So, yeah. This has to do with math because when you're driving, you have to find the right angle to turn when you're making a turn. You also have to put your hands at the right angle at the steering wheel.
Domain range.
A piece of paper can be used for many things. It's mostly used to be written on or drawn on, but it can be used to be folded into paper airplane, like this one. Not the best.
A kid with too much in his pants and...
This is our TV. This is shaped like a rectangle. It is three-dimensional even though it kind of looks two-dimensional since it's so flat. This is a TV. You can do many things on it. You can see that when I turn it on. You can watch regular TV, live TV. This is golf.
He's pretty good as well.
Or, as my little wander motion can show you can do many other things. You can go on Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, internet, 3D. 3D is pretty cool.
My mom and dad got this at Best Buy while I was away. So I didn't know when I came home that I was coming home to this. It was pretty exciting.
A television is mathematical and has to do with geometry because it is a triangle. It has length and width and depth, even though the depth, or height I guess, isn't really that much. A television has area, volume, just like in geometry. I think you can even do a proof on it. And in fact, I'm sure you can.
2 balls minus 1, 7 titles at the Tour de France.
Is a great way to show geometry. It has sizes for different types of pictures. You can put one in a little wallet or you can put one in a big frame.
My mom buys all sorts of pictures. She buys them mostly everywhere. She can buy them from, you know, paint stores to different sorts of places. And some are just, you know, our own pictures.
Pictures are a lot like televisions. They have length, width, and height. So you can pretty much find the surface area, volume, anything really in geometry that involves shapes, 3D or 2D.
Oh, split a decision with long division. Take the circumference of your circumcision.
It's an art swing. But this involves math. This involves math because you have to find the diameter of the circle that it can swing so that these legs can be longer than the swing, or diameter. This is a lot like the Newton balls, which also involve math. The Newton balls, when you swing it like that, it hits another ball, which hits another ball, which hits another ball, and then that ball goes forward, like that, then swings back, and does it again. It transfers energy, and that has more to do with science, but it also has to do with math. This is slightly different because instead of hitting another ball, it just keeps going. Now, as you can see, the force diminishes, and then the swing diminishes as well. They are directly related, in a sense. Anyway, it's pretty fun to swing.
Live like your data when you're all set. Put it all together and whatever you get.
Also mathematical. It has depth just like the picture and the television. There's depth and you can do volume, same thing as before. Surface area, also just as before. My dad built this pool. We didn't really get it anywhere, but we got the parts at, a pool place. So, I even helped build it. Well, dug it. A pool is usually used to jump into on a hot day in the summer, like today.
It's new math. It's new math.
We made this swing, and that's part of the reason why it has to do with math. It has to do with math for two reasons. First reason is when you build it. For instance, when we built it, we had to put it in the exact right angle or else it could all just fall apart. The second reason is for proofs. Say you know that this triangle is an isosceles triangle, and you don't know anything about this triangle, but you have to prove that they are both congruent. You know that they are, because this side is equivalent to this side. Those are the triangles I was talking about. Don't you see? It makes a triangle. Like, there's one side, there's another side, and then the bottom. See? Both sides. You obviously know that they're congruent, because the whole thing has to be perfectly congruent, or else it wouldn't swing, or do anything for that matter.
A bag of chips divided by 5. Well, that's a Nike worker's meal. And Santa Claus multiplied by I. Well, I guess that makes him real. And the square root of the NBA is Africa in a box. How do you trace a scatter plot? You give the pencil to Michael J. Fox. Whatever. Take the approximate moral proportion of the probable problem of a pro-life abortion. Live like your data when you're all set. Put it all together and whatever you can. It's new, it's new, it's new, it's new, it's new math. And if you took a factor tree of the factors that caused my girl to leave me, you'd have a tree full of Asian porn. C-A-L, see you later. Mathematical minds make industrial smog. What's the opposite of L-N-X? Duraflame, the unnatural law. Yeah, 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 yeah. Support the farmers with a protractor. Link Kennedy and Lincoln with a common factor. Live like your data when you're all set. It's new, it's new, it's new. All right, word problems, ready? If there's a fat guy in a pastry shop with a $20 bill and he's ready to buy, in order to predict his volume change, you'll need to know the value of pi. And there's a metal train that's a mile long, and at the very back end a lightning bolt struck her. How long till it reaches and kills the driver? Provided that he's a good conductor. And if 10% of men are gay, 20% of men are Chinese, what are the odds that a man chosen at random spends his free time and mealtime while on his knees? And if Kim is half as old as Bobby, who is 2 years older than 12-year-old Tori, for how many more 30-day months will their threesomes be considered statutory rape? Because math can be sexy. Because heaven sex is like quadratic expansion. If it can't be split, then it's time to stop. And heaven sex is like a doing fractions. It's improper for the larger one to be on top. Yeah, heaven sex is like math homework. I do it best when I'm alone in my bed. And square and numbers are just like women. If they're under 13, just do them in your head. And new math